It can be devastating to assume that God is on our side. I do this in my own interpersonal conflicts. Anybody does it. We assume the best about our own motives and the best about ourselves. I don't need to change. Somebody else needs to change. I'm obviously right. God needs to help me convince another person. That's just human nature, and it's part of our fallen nature. Nations behave this way. They assume the rightness of their own cause. Leaders use scriptural rhetoric. They use the language of God and his purposes to endorse nationalistic agendas, whipping up patriotic fervor to raise a groundswell of support of patriotism to endorse militaristic causes. It can be devastating. At those kind of times, there can be no toleration for second guessing or questioning if we're doing the right thing. Anybody who questions whether or not we're doing the right thing with regard to military action is seen as unpatriotic. So over time, the assumption is our cause is God's cause. No nation can assume that. Joshua learned this lesson in Joshua 5, where Joshua, a leader of God's people Israel, encounters the angel of the Lord, and he meets him and says, are you with us or against us? And the angel of the Lord, of course, says, neither. I come on behalf of the armies of the Most High God. Secondly, with regard to the divine warfare imagery in Ephesians 6, that comes right out of Isaiah 59, where God takes up his virtues to wage war against his own people because they've become a people of injustice. So no nation, not even Israel, can merely assume that their purposes are God's purposes. God has his own agenda, and that agenda cannot be married to the agenda of any nation, even the people who can claim to be God's historic people.